Hi, Dinara.
Hi, James.
Welcome back, everybody. So we have quite a long text with you today. And so we're just going to get straight into it. This is on Marie Curie. So very, very, very important inventor. And she discovered radiation, I think it was, and radium, along with her husband. And she's the winner. She was the winner of 2 Nobel Prizes. So I'll find out a bit more about her.
James, before we had an article about lady scientist. Wasn't it the same?
I think it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. I think so. Well, she is, one of the best scientists of the 20th century, the 20th and 19th centuries. So she it's not surprising, and so.
But the text is different, I suppose, no?
Yeah, the text will be different, and this particular one, you've got to fill in the blanks. So it's a little bit different.
Oh, okay. Ready.
So let's get started. The life and work of Marie Curie. The marriage of Pierre and Marie Curie in 1895 marked the start of a partnership that was soon to achieve results of world significance. Following Henri Becquerel's discovery in 1896 of a new phenomenon, which Marie later called radioactivity, Marie Curie decided to find out if the radioactivity discovered in uranium was to be found in other elements. She discovered that this was true for thorium. Turning her attention to minerals, she found her interest drawn to pitchblende, a mineral whose radioactivity, superior to that of pure uranium, could be explained only by the presence in the ore of small quantities of an unknown substance of very high activity. Pierre Curie joined her in the work that she had undertaken to resolve this problem. And that led to the discovery of the new elements, polonium and radium. While Pierre Curie devoted himself chiefly to the physical study of the new radiations, Marie Curie struggled to obtain pure radium in the metallic state. This was achieved with the help of the chemist André-Louis Debierne, one of Pierre Curie's pupils. Based on the results of this research, Marie Curie received her doctorate of science. And in 1903, Marie and Pierre shared with Becquerel the Nobel Prize for Physics for the discovery of radioactivity. The births of Marie Curie, Marie's 2 daughters, Irene and Eve, in 1897 and 1904, failed to interrupt her scientific work. She was appointed lecturer in physics at the École Normale Supérieure for Girls in Sèvres, France, 1900, and introduced a method of teaching based on experimental demonstrations. In December 1904, she was appointed chief assistant in the laboratory directed by Pierre Curie. The sudden death of her husband in 1906 was a bitter blow to Marie Curie, but was also a turning point in her career. Henceforth, she was to devote all her energy to completing alone the scientific work that they had undertaken. On the 13th of May 1906, she was appointed to the professorship that had been left vacant on her husband's death, becoming the first woman to teach at the Sorbonne. In 1911, she was awarded the Nobel Prize for Chemistry for the isolation of a pure form of radium. During World War I, Marie Curie, with the help of her daughter Irene, devoted herself to the development of the use of X-radiography, including the mobile units, which came to be known as Little Curies, used for the treatment of wounded soldiers. In 1918, the Radium Institute, whose staff Irene had joined, began to operate in earnest and became a center for nuclear physics and chemistry. Marie Curie Now at the highest point of her fame, and from 1922 a member of the Academy of Medicine, researched the chemistry of radioactive substances and their medical applications. In 1921, accompanied by her two daughters, Marie Curie made a triumphant journey to the United States to raise funds for research on radium. Women there presented her with a gram of radium for her campaign. Marie also gave lectures in Belgium, Brazil, Spain, and Czechoslovakia, and in addition had the satisfaction of seeing the development of the Curie Foundation in Paris and the inauguration in 1932 in Warsaw of the Radium Institute, where her sister Bronia became director. One of Marie Curie's outstanding achievements was to have understood the need to accumulate intense radioactive sources, not only to treat illness, but also to maintain an abundant supply for research. The existence in Paris at the Radium Institute of a stock of 1.5 grams of radium made a decisive contribution to the success of the experiments undertaken in the years around 1930. This work prepared the way for the discovery of the neutron by Sir James Chadwick, and above all, for the discovery in 1934 by Irène and Frédéric Joliot-Curie of artificial radioactivity. A few months after this discovery, Marie Curie died as a result of leukemia caused by exposure to radiation. She had often carried test tubes containing radioactive isotopes in her pocket, remarking on the pretty blue-green light they gave off. Her contribution to physics had been immense, not only in her own work, the importance of which had been demonstrated by her 2 Nobel Prizes, but because of her influence on subsequent generations of nuclear physicists and chemists.
Great. And I have some words I don't know. Peach blend.
Never heard of it before. I think you described it before. A mineral whose radioactivity is superior to that of pure uranium could be explained only by the presence. So it's a mineral that's radioactive.
And another one, not important because I cannot find it. I don't think that it's so. By the way, guys, if you do not know certain words in text or audio, it's okay. These exams, they want to know how you can guess the meaning of words through context. They understand that you cannot know all 1,500 words, even natives don't know. So, and I have really very important advice for you. You definitely need to improve your pronunciation, because this is the only way you will be able to pass listening, because if you pronounce words badly, you will not be able to understand them in listening part. And to improve your pronunciation, obviously you need native speakers from the UK or the USA, and this is the only way.
Exactly. Yeah. And so you're going to also get a lot of words that even if you just get the stress wrong, you could say a different word. So as in so, and that can cause misunderstandings with the examiner, for example. So you want to avoid that as much as you can. Exactly. So let's have a look then at these answers here. So we've got, when uranium was discovered to be radioactive, Marie Curie found that the element called had the same property. And that particular element was thorium. She discovered that this was true for thorium. So it was thorium. Thorium. Marie and Pierre Curie's research into the radioactivity of the mineral known as led to the discovery of 2 new elements. And that was the one you asked about. It was pitch blende. So, so because obviously she also discovered, so the 2 new elements, polonium and radium. And then, so that was pitch blende with an E at the end. The next one, in 1911, Marie Curie received recognition for her work on the element, and that was for her Nobel Prize, I think it was. It was, for the isolation of a pure form of radium. So that's at the bottom of paragraph 4. So,
guys, in the task is written that you have to write only one word. So please always read all those tasks very carefully.
Yes, absolutely. And unlike the last one we did, that you don't have the benefit of multiple choice, so you have to look carefully for the word. So Marie and Irene Curie developed X-radiography, which was used as a medical technique for, and if you remember, so these ones, the little Curies, they were being used for the treatment of wounded soldiers. Okay, so that's wounded soldiers. So but you can't write wounded soldiers, so just write soldiers, because wounded is too vague. Marie Curie saw the importance of collecting radioactive material both for research and for cases of, this one, research the chemistry of radioactive substances and their medical applications. That's at the bottom of paragraph of the first page. So it's also for their, so for illnesses. Exactly. So that's the other one.
5 is illness, yeah?
Yeah, illness, exactly. And the next one, the radioactive material stocked in Paris contributed to the discoveries in the 1930s of the and of what was known as artificial radioactivity. So let's have a look. So it contributed to the discovery of the neutron, because it says this work prepared the way for the discovery of the neutron by Sir James Chadwick. It's after they were talking about the 1930s. So that is neutron.
Okay, and guys, also I mentioned that to improve your pronunciation, you need to classes with natives. Plus, to speed up yourself, because you need to remember these pronunciations. You have to listen to English a lot. And so that's why we read aloud those texts, even though you can find them online, to be able to know correct pronunciation. Okay, see you in our next videos. Bye, guys.
Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.